Hi, good morning everybody out there in Facebook land. This is Sean Sutton with the Sutton Group in Keller Williams Lake Travis, right here in Lakeway. And I have in kind of a little bit of some information for you for parents, moms, and dads. It's pretty interesting. This is pretty dear to my heart. I just went and checked on my folks there in San Diego. And I met somebody here a while back at the Lakeway Men's Group that came in and gave us a talk. And they've got some really interesting and cool options for our parents. And I wanted to kind of show you guys what I learned real quick, and you can check this out right here in Lakeway. Come on in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi there.
Hey.
Christy.
Hi.
Sean Sutton again.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice
How are
to see
you?
you. I'm good. Thank you.
So we're live on Facebook right now. I've brought Facebook fans from that check into what's going on in Lakeway, and you guys are doing a lot. You gave a talk here a while back at the Lakeway Men's Group, and it was really interesting, and we really moved people to kind of start thinking of things. Mm-hmm. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give you a call and see if you talk live on Facebook to some of us. So maybe if we could sit down or give us a little tour.
Yeah,
I could
come on this way.
ask you a little bit about it.
So Belmont Village, Lakeway, we are slated to open in August of this year. We'll be offering independent living, assisted living, as well as memory care. We have an award-winning memory care program as well. And we are excited to have this as our 28th Belmont Village in our portfolio. Our second one here in Austin. We have another location in Westlake Hills. So if you come on over this way, you can see a little bit about the different common areas we're going to have, from a movie theater. We're going to have a beautiful, great room where we'll have happy hours and wine and cheese. We're going to have a lovely pool, so we'll be doing aqua classes as well. Lovely dining room. We actually have 25 entrees a day to choose from, and a complimentary glass of wine with your dinner every night. Even the adult children love that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, I'll move in.
And then you've got a lot of floor plans.
Mm-hmm. We have, in our independent living, we have 1 bedrooms all the way up to 2 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, especially for couples where they want their own bathroom or maybe their own bedroom. Mm-hmm. And then assisted living, we also have studios all the way up to 2 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. And in our memory care, we'll have studios as well as 1 bedrooms too. So we'll have 3.5 floors, 156 apartments. Some of the views will be facing Yopon Golf Course. We'll have patios, a putting green, an outdoor fireplace. It'll be really like a community within a community. And usually that's our goal, is for our residents to feel like they're part of a Belmont family.
What's neat that they can, Lakeway is such a beautiful place, and there are a lot of people, great people here that made Lakeway what it is for many, many years. And then this is kind of cool because you can almost age in place.
You can.
You can go independent. So what's the main difference? If you're independent, what does that mean? You come and go as you please. You park your car where you want to park it. And then assisted is...
Okay, so independent living is, many people move to our independent living when they want to downsize from a huge home. They don't want to cook anymore, or maybe they're not driving anymore, because we will be offering free transportation services and 2 meals included for independent living. Assisted living is where our residents will need assistance with more bathing, dressing, grooming assistance. Okay. And then in our memory care programs, we have 2 types. One is our Circle of Friends, which is our research-based program in our assisted living for persons with mild to moderate dementia, where they do not need to be in a secured setting. That's new, that's unique. And the second one is our secured memory care, known as the Neighborhood, for those that have moderate to the severe stages, and it is secured. So what makes our community so great is that we have a lot of couples moving into Belmont where one of them may need more assistance than the other, but they can stay together in independent living, and then the other one can daycare into the memory care or daycare into Circle of Friends, or the other one can receive assisted living services while being in independent living. That's really new here. There's not any place here that offers something like that. So our whole building is licensed as what we call a Type B. That's an assisted living requirement to receive those services that we can offer. And we'll have nurses round the clock, even for independent living, LVNs. So that's really great. A lot of people are excited about what we're offering.
Okay, cool. Christy, now you guys, I'm going to ask Christy some tough questions. And they're tough for me, being that I'm dealing with this. I've got 2 parents that I love dearly, and they're wonderful, but they're stubborn. How do you start this conversation with your parents?
Usually the conversation starts with these signs that you've been getting when you've been talking to them on the phone. or signs that you've been seeing when you are visiting them. Could be of, I'm bored, or this house is getting to be too much, I'm tired, or gosh, I've fallen again down the stairs, so the home's not safe anymore. Or when you're going to pay them a visit, you're seeing them in the same clothes, or they're not getting out as much as they used to. They're kind of holding themselves up in their home a little bit more than usual. And also if you're seeing some memory loss signs, maybe you'll see some bills that haven't been paid. You'll see cluttering and piles being stacked, and because they don't know where to put those or organize those. So there's some signs to see of when to start that conversation, and that's always a good way to say, I'm a little concerned, I've noticed this, Mom and Dad, do you need some help? And just start with that.
So when I did that, it went real well.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden I got home and it was like, no, we're not doing any of that kind of stuff. But a lot of the things you just described, we see bits and pieces of them. Mm-hmm. And like this is happening, but that's not. It's a tough conversation, but it's something that needs to happen.
But you've got to remember too, when you're having that conversation, don't jump into the solution. Mm-hmm. Because remember, these are your parents. They raised you. They still have, respect and dignity and individuality, and we've got to go in with that saying, you know what, you've taken such great care of yourself and made such great decisions your whole life. It doesn't stop when you're 85. It doesn't stop when things start falling apart around us, no matter what age we are. So Mom, Dad, I love you, and I want you to do what's right for you. So how can we work together to create some different options just to look at? And just plant the seed. Plant the seed first. And then a week later, or 3 days later, revisit the conversation maybe from a different angle, saying, remember what we talked? Hey, I found this community near me. I'd love to just send you a brochure, and you see what you think. Again, putting it back on their decision, making it their idea. You don't want to say, well, I've got a facility, I'm worried about you, I can't be going, and worrying 24/7 if you're all right. You've got to make it so they're part of that decision and part of the conversation.
Yeah, because they don't like to be told what to do.
Would you?
No.
Okay. We're not any different. Yeah.
How do people search for the right facility for their folks?
Well, first, when you have the conversation, and once that they start opening up and saying, okay, I'm interested, and yes, we probably do need to make a change, that's when you start asking them, well, what still gives you purpose? What do you see for yourself in the next 3-5 years? If Dad's still with us, or if he's not? If Mom's still with us, or if she's not? Where would you like to be? What would you like your life to look like? What do you feel you will need? What's important to you? Is it being close to your family? Is it still playing golf like you still are? Is it still driving and having a place so you can bring your car? Right. Is it also going to church? What are those things that give you purpose and get you out of the bed in the morning?
When you gave the talk here a while back at the Lakeway Men's Group, you mentioned a couple things that really struck me. One of them was that it's very hard on the caregiver. If there's one member of the family or the husband or the wife that's doing all the work, you said that it can actually shorten a lifespan by, you said, as much as 20%. Did I get that right?
Usually it shortens your life by about 63%.
How much?
63%.
Wow.
And that depends on the age of the caregiver.
Right.
The percentage is higher the older that you are. So if it's a wife taking care of her husband who may have Alzheimer's or dementia at home, that's when the illnesses start setting in a lot faster, because your immune system is being compromised by the stress level that you're enduring.
And then another thing on a lighter note, and that is really important, is that you mentioned how important it is for them to be social. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that with my dad, he has kind of his social network, which isn't ideal. I mean, it's a local tavern, or a couple of them. But
they're still talking.
I did realize that is his social network, whether they're drinking or they're not. They're having breakfast together, they're communicating back and forth, and they're his friends. Mm-hmm. So with what you guys offer here and some of the different information that you have, it's nice because it encompasses all those real important things for
But at where they are in their journey, because believe it or not, I have quite a few men that move into our community, who the wife led everything. She took him along. Let's go to dinner. Let's go out with friends. And he's like, okay. He didn't really initiate. So when our gentlemen actually come into our community, we help to initiate and get them going and start making some friends at their own pace. You know, we don't want to overwhelm people, but we want to make it so that it's enjoyable for them and they're really interested in making some new friends.
That's cool.
I will say I've been with Belmont Village for 15 years, and I've been doing this for over 30 years. And I also worked in skilled nursing as well. So I have so many people that a lot of times they just call me up just to ask my advice or just to help, you know, counsel them through this. And they may not move into Belmont Village, but you know, that's my role. That's my responsibility, is to be an advocate for our seniors and to help our families and to making the right decisions so everybody's happy.
Christy, you definitely put an imprint on me that morning you gave that talk. I've been thinking about you since you left the information you provided, and it's really kind of you to invite us into your office and tell us about what you have going on.
Certainly welcome.
I'm just completely impressed with your knowledge. You are very passionate. You're truly coming from the heart with taking care of people, and I can see it.
Thank
you guys, she's awesome. Anyway, we're gonna leave it at that. You guys have a great rest of the week with whatever it is you're doing. Hopefully you were able to catch in. This is Sean Sutton, Keller Williams Lake Travis, the Sutton Group, and Miss Christy from the village.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. Belmont Village.
Belmont Village. Awesome. Okay, you guys have a great rest of the week. We'll see you later.
Bye.